As for Kobe Bryant himself, beyond just the natural mercy that we feel in our hearts and the prayer that we can make for his family, his wife, his 3 children that are left behind, that Allah give them comfort and guidance and tranquility and healing, and really mean that for the family that's left behind. No money is going to be able to compensate for the loss of a father, the loss of a husband. So beyond that, what do? We can look to some of his good deeds. We can celebrate some of those good deeds without turning him into a prophet, without overlooking some of the more problematic aspects of his legacy, which hurt a lot of people. Without doing any of that, what can we learn from that? Well, for one, if you think about, subhanAllah, what this conversation provoked in terms of girl dad, the father of daughters, and the love that a father has for their daughters. Something that the Quran spoke to very early on. وَإِذَا بُشِّرَ أَحَدُهُمْ بِالْأُنْثَى, when a person is given the glad tidings of a daughter. And the love that he spoke about for his 4 daughters, and how he would have been happy to just keep on having daughters. He didn't want any sons. We could learn from that. That love that a father would have for his daughter. And he talked about what that meant for him in his life. There's a brother by the name of Dr. Amir Hassan Loggins who wrote an article for BET called Kobe Bryant and the Father Mentality. And he said something very beautiful. He said, I cannot relate to Kobe Bryant, the Los Angeles Laker. I can't fathom winning an NBA championship or earning an Olympic gold medal. But I wholeheartedly can relate to Kobe Bryant, the father, the man who loved and dedicated his life to his children. He was my favorite version of Kobe. Your parents give you a name when you're born, but then there is a moment in life when a new name presents itself as a gift. This time, your child names you. Some say Baba, some say Pops, some say Daddy, some say Dad. But it all translates to the same thing, Father. It's a name that you must earn. It's a name that you must live up to. You are a father. Fatherhood is beautiful. It is boundless. It can make you feel as full as the belly of a feasting fool, and at other times as empty as the stomach of one starving during famine. At moments it hurts us deep. At others it hugs us tightly. And it's what makes a beatific struggle. It's a beautiful reflection. Some of us saw a dad there. You see a father, and you relate to that. And we start to take lessons from that. That's one thing that you can take. From the victims of police brutality, no family connected, or I felt a greater connection to, than the family of Jordan Edwards, who a few years ago, 2 years ago in fact, was murdered here. 15-year-old child, shot in the head by a police officer in a car doing absolutely nothing wrong. In the head, his brains blown out in the laps of his brothers, who were so traumatized by that incident that they couldn't sleep with the light off. You know, boys that are teenagers, that are grown, that did nothing to deserve witnessing that tragedy. And the father, I remember looking at Odell Edwards, the father of Jordan Edwards, who now is forgotten in the press, who did everything he possibly could to raise those kids so that they don't have to witness that type of tragedy, right? So that his young black boys could be protected in a crazy society. But it happened anyway. And subhanAllah, I'll never forget, and this is actually where my personal opinion on Kobe Bryant changed, when Kobe Bryant sent a bunch of autographed jerseys and sneakers to the brothers of Jordan Edwards. And that was the first time they'd smiled in weeks. That's something we can admire. That's something we can benefit from. Understanding as a father what it must be like, seeing pain in another father's eyes, and learning from those things.